What is going on, everyone? Welcome back into the Sweet Studio. Joshua Grove here with another tutorial for us to learn. And today, it's going to be a more advanced tutorial. It's going to be the spacewalk, string pinch, trade spike. The string pinch, we're going to be working on doing a loop when we do the string pinch. So this is a pretty difficult trick. If you haven't learned string pinches yet, you might be able to hop in with this one, but you're also going to want to check out the goon circle string pinch just to check out some more details on the actual pinch itself. But we're going to break it down in this video for you as well. So without further ado, let's jump right into this thing and break this trick down. Now, first and foremost, the spacewalk string pinch trade spike looks just like this. And there you have it. As you can see, it's got that half spacewalk. We're going to grab the string, make the Ken do a loop, launch the Ken into the air, grab the Ken, and spike the Tama. I'm going to try to break this thing down step by step for you so that you can learn this at home. First step, you want to make sure you have enough space to be practicing spacewalks first and foremost. We're going to be needing to be having spacewalks down really comfortable, so make sure this motion right here is very comfortable for you. If you haven't learned spacewalks yet, be sure you go check out the spacewalk tutorial. Now, the thing that's different with this trick is obviously we're grabbing the string instead of the Tama, so where do we grab the string at? Now, when we do a spacewalk, that half spacewalk, right when the Tama goes over the top to 12 o'clock and then starts moving over to 3 o'clock over here, that's about when we're going to want to make contact with the string. Now, if we see the string nice and flat here, I want to aim for about 4 or 5 inches away from the Ken, maybe 6 or so that I can pinch the string in that point. That's going to be our first checkpoint. What I want us to do is we're going to do a half spacewalk, and right as that Tama is crossing 12 o'clock, that's when we want to get our hand nice and ready. And I want you to make a pointer finger and thumb pincher just like this, up and down. This is how we're going to pinch. Boom. So it's going to be up and down like this, but a slight angle. So I'm going to turn my angle just a little bit, drop my elbow so that it's almost a slight angle with my pinch. I'm going to watch that string, and I'm going to try to make the full contact with my pointer finger and my thumb for that pinch so that I can control the loop like this. But I want to also, just for control's sake and be able to be relaxed when I do this trick, I am going to have my whole hand wrap around the string. And that's just going to allow for some comfortability and control for the Tama. Because the tricky part about this trick is keeping the Tama moving in a spacewalk motion while doubling the momentum of the inner circle with the Ken. So if you can grab with your pointer finger and thumb, that's great, but make sure you're also connecting with your pinky and your palm right here. That's where you also want to make sure you have a good connecting point, just like a really strong butterfly or a strong tornado, any kind of like hand motion like that when you're doing the Kendama string tricks. Make sure that you're feeling that in your pinky connection as well. So aim for that 6 inches or so, pointer finger and thumb, and that's what we want to focus on right there. That's what we want to try to catch. So this is what we should be looking like when we're moving into this trick. So now you can practice this just by pinching in that spot about 6, maybe 7 inches, 6 inches or so. Grab the Tama on the other side and just practice this clockwise loop. You can feel what that feels like in your grip with your pinch right here. That's the idea. And you're also going to have to practice the release point because you're going to do one full loop, and then on the next come up, you're going to release the finger and the thumb to do a flip and then trade. So practicing this point right here, crucial. Practicing this point right here, getting comfortable with this motion, releasing the Ken. Those are all going to be helpful tips, but it's going to just come down to repetition here. So in order to do the actual trick right here, that motion right there is the trickiest part. So the point in which we grab the string is actually when the Tama is reaching about 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock on the clock down here. What we want to look for is that point right there, just when it passes about 6 o'clock, so that we can grab the pinch, get our loop in, so that the Tama can still come up in time for us to do a full loop, release, and catch. So I'm going to try to walk it through slow motion. Pinch, loop, toss, and then trade spike. One more time. That's the idea. You want to have the tama continuing its motion nice and smooth while you do the loop. Pop, pop. When I grab the string, I'm trying to actively do this motion with my thumb and pointer finger, but keeping the back end relaxed so that I don't interrupt the motion of the tama in its normal trajectory. This is the most difficult part of this trick. Getting the tama to stay smooth and getting the ken to double its speed doing this loop. You're going to want to practice this over and over and over again to get more and more comfortable with it. The biggest thing that's going to help you with this is repetitions and focusing that you're making good contact in the proper spot. Now watch what happens if I try to pinch halfway in the middle and do this loop. I don't have the ability to quicken that motion of the ken if I'm too close to the middle. So if I'm really focusing on that, anywhere from 3 to 7 inches or so, it's going to allow for me to get that rotation of the ken. If you start spacing it out closer to the center of the string, it's going to be a little harder to multiply that speed and get that proper string loop, string pinch. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, but is also really important, is when I'm doing the string pinch, I'm actually doing the loop on the outside of the string, and the tama on the side of the string is on the inside. So the tama, the string is on the inside, while the ken and this side is on the outside. So there's no tangles getting involved. So if you notice yourself trying to loop the ken on the inside of the string where the tama is, just make sure you're doing it on the outside so they don't get tangled. Now the trickiest part about this trick is that pinch and getting that loop to multiply the speed of the ken while keeping that tama nice and slow for that swing up. And then you can let go of the string, catch the ken for that swap spike, and there you have the trick. This trick is super difficult, and I hope you can check out some of these slow motion breakdowns of this trick to help you see it a little bit more clearly and maybe hopefully allow you some tips and tricks to help you accomplish this trick. As you can see, I'm releasing the ken loop right as the tama is about to descend from its come up and then coming down. Right as the tama is right about to come down, just like we're doing with juggling, that's when I'm going to release the ken, try to grab that swap, and land that spike. Now we are doing a juggle out of this trick, so it's important to be comfortable with juggles as well. But I hope that this tutorial gave you a few different ways of looking at this, breaking down the pinch and focusing on that nice and controlled motion with the tama. And then it just comes down to piecing it all together, trying over and over and over again. If this trick starts to get frustrated, remember to take a break, grab some water, stay hydrated, and come back at it another time. You will get it eventually. It just is gonna take some time. So thanks again for tuning into the Sweet Studio. We appreciate you here. Drop a comment, let us know what you'd like to learn next, and we'll see you next time.
What up, everybody? Thanks for checking out that video. If you like what you just watched, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, and make sure you go punch that shop button and get yourself a new Dama. We have tons of other videos for you to watch, so make sure you go check them out. See you next time.